Hello guys, what's up? I hope you're all doing well. I just wanted to make a quick update on what am I doing these days, how am I getting ready for Tom, because Armwars Iron House will happen very soon at the end of this month. So once again I will try to travel to UK, hopefully no corona problems this time. Feeling pretty good already. So I hope it will all go well. And at the same time, we have a couple of our exciting things to talk about, like a match between Todd Hutchings and Lachlan there. And at the same time, I thought I would talk a little bit about this big event in Turkey, East versus West, and then some other matches organized by Engin Terzi. I think some of those matches will be very exciting, so I think it's really worth to talk about it. But let me first start with the things which I'm doing in preparation for Tom. I'm just trying to recover some of my top roll, which may be lost over years. I'm working a bit on the static position, something like this. It is a super match. Everyone is talking about endurance and how Armwars really, like no one can really go through Armwars without being completely trashed. So I thought it would be good for me to just stay in some static positions and just make sure my endurance is on point. And at the same time I'm working on a nice pronation move. What else? The only other thing is the grip training. I know Tom is a carpenter or whatever, he's working with his hands every day. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting, being lazy next to the computer screen. So we really need to wake up my hand so it is in shape and ready. Because yeah, hand strength is really transfers through the whole of your arm pretty well. So as you can see, I'm not really doing much, just a couple of things I'm really concentrated about, and I'll just make sure to take a good break before the match and rest properly, eat properly. So it should be good, But okay, let's move on to Todd Hutchings and Lachlan Deer. What a match, right? Like people were really excited about this one because it did really seem like Todd could be vulnerable a little bit, at least also to me. I was thinking about his recent match with Haji Muradzollaev and how his hand was didn't really look that great. So I thought that there was a chance for Lachlan to somehow explode through the hand and maybe put Todd into some uncomfortable position, just somehow win through because of Todd's wrist problems. But it didn't look like that at all. Todd was really in a great shape. It's beautiful how joints can really dominate against someone who is maybe not, who is working a lot more on muscles and like a deer, like he's really massive and looks extremely muscular. But when it comes to joint power, it's really Todd Hutchings. Todd Hutchings is the king. So it was a beautiful match. I didn't really bet on anyone and I wasn't necessarily rooting for anyone, but I really enjoyed the match. And okay, let's go forward. East versus West. I guess I will just try to give my predictions to you guys and maybe some thoughts. I have a picture here with all the names listed. And the first match is John Brzenk versus Haji Muradzollaev. Um, not a very. It's not very easy to judge who's gonna win. Especially knowing that Hajimurat was able to exploit Todzilla's breast problems recently. Maybe he can do the same thing to John Brzenk. So I think it's either gonna be Haji dominating through top roll or John Brzenk winning inside. And if I had to guess, I think it's gonna be John Brzenk winning. That's my guess. Michael Todd versus Gennady. Both pullers looking a little bit bad recently in my eyes. Gennady especially, like he used to be such a beast in the old days. He was killing everyone. I attended so many of these world or European championships, and Gennady was always the king. Very explosive, very aggressive, and then recently, in the past couple of years, probably due to some injuries, he just cannot. He doesn't look the same at all. He looks very passive and relies a lot on his top roll, doesn't necessarily go in or press anymore. So it's a bit sad to see, to be honest, and I've seen it for a couple of times already. Against Chafee, against Hermes recently. So I really lost all my trust in Gennady. But we have two guys who are pretty bad lately, so maybe Michael is actually the only guy who Gennady can somehow find enough time and engage his press abilities against. So I'm basically seeing. I still think Michael is gonna win. I really cannot trust in Gennady anymore. But I hope that maybe we will see some beautiful matches where Gennady gets enough time to engage his elbow and tries to press a little bit more. I don't think he could do it against Hermes because Hermes is super aggressive. Maybe Gennady just didn't have enough time. It doesn't always feel comfortable to go straight forward. But I'm thinking maybe against Michael. Michael is so bad at finishing. Maybe there's a chance for Gennady to do something. I'm still going with Michael though. Next, Barboza versus Arton Morozov. Yeah, it's a difficult one again. Arton Morozov is a new guy. Well, not that new, but he's an upcoming star from Kazakhstan, while Marcio is already established. I remember now, when I talk about it, I remember a match between Marcio and Krasimir Kostadinov at WAL, and I was a bit surprised how Marcio was able to win. So that match made me really realize how good Marcio can be, and I think he wants to be good now. He doesn't want to lose to Arton. So even though I know that Kazakhstan is a great nation of arm wrestlers, but I still think that Marcio can do the job here. So I'm going with Marcio. No deep reasons behind it, just Marcio this time. Evan Burgoyne and Schoolboy. School bus, as they say nowadays. I'm guessing Schoolboy will take this one. Evan just drinks too much beer. He may be funny sometimes, but if you look at Armwrestling results, I'm pretty sure that School Bus is at a very good spot these days. He just did extremely well during these Worlds in Romania, I think. So he should be in a pretty good shape. So I'm going with Schoolboy here. Todd Hutchings and Yordan Sonev. Yeah. Not easy again. I know Yordan is amazing in the hook inside, so he might be able to maybe at least stay inside for a couple seconds against Hutchings. But I don't think Yordan would be able to go through Hutchings, especially after this recent match we saw between Lachlan and Hutchings, that Todd is in a great shape. So it would be beautiful if Yordan could at least hang in for a bit. But yeah, I don't really see... I don't know if Yordan can top roll at all. I don't really expect him to do that, so I think it will just end up being inside and then Todd will outlast Yordan. Next, Angie Rose and Anna Gronlund. Anna is actually living in Denmark now. And she's not that bad, she's a strong girl. I don't know much about Angie Rose, but I have seen her a couple times and she's doing, it seems like she's doing great as well. I really cannot reasonably guess the outcome here, but I will go with Anna. I want Anna to win. Next is Cody Spormerit and Artem Morozov. Okay, Artem again. I'm going with Artem this time. Cody might be great, but he's a bit old, he's a bit fat. I don't remember him beating anyone good at all, ever. But I could be wrong, maybe I just forgot it. So Artem. Ron Bath and Efe from Turkey. Seems like Ron Bath is already 60 years old, which is he's still doing well, so very impressive. I would go with Ron Bath here. Just because, no reason. Well, on the other hand, it's a left-hand match. The Turkish boy is of course pretty good. Ron Bath is getting old. Okay, I changed my mind, sorry guys. Let's choose Efe here. Efe should get the job done. Next is Jonathan Breda and Zura Tavberidze. Either I don't remember those names or I didn't know him at all. So I will just skip this one. Chance Shaw and Sandris Shedis. Looks like Sandris is the safe bet here. Maybe something interesting can happen, we don't know, but Sandris is doing well lately. He is beating some pretty strong guys, and I think he's even quite strong for his size. Like, even though he is a big guy, but he showed them lately that he is able to beat even bigger guys than him. So Sandris for win. Next is again Ron Bath and Zurab. Who is that Zurab guy? I heard the name so many times that I cannot picture him. So I will skip this again. Skip this one. And then another set of matches. It's called the Superstar Showdown. Fia Isaac versus Rebecca Martinkovica. Martinkovicova. If I remember correctly, Rebecca is 65 kilo champion, world champion, and Fia Isaac is 70 kilo world champion. So let's go with Fia. Maybe Rebecca has a chance, but I'm pretty sure Fia will come in a good shape. Next, Arif Arton and Hermes Gasparini. Arif is not as big as Alex Kurtecha, so his hand will not be that great. So Hermes will be able to take the hand, and then I don't think Arif can press, or well, he can press, but I don't think it's that impressive to take out Hermes in the press. So Hermes, I'm going with Hermes here. Okay, the next one is beautiful. Oleg Jok and Betkilioniani. Well, again, you have to go with Jok. He already proved that he can come back in a great shape. And he won Worlds this year. But I also know that Betkili is amazing. Let's see, it could be a beautiful match. But once again, yeah, it's very hard to bet against Jok. Next one, Yusuf versus Oleg Cherkasov. Oleg did great in Romania recently. He won the match on the right. He won the World Championship title on the right hand. Yusuf, I believe, also won 65 kilo, or he has won it before. So Oleg is just a bigger guy, more experienced guy, so I would go with Oleg. But I know that Yusuf can sometimes really bring in a great shape. So I'm not very certain if Oleg can win, but I'm going with Oleg. I'm skipping this match between smaller guys and going to Bojdar versus David Samusha. Now that's a crazy match. David is a monster. We haven't seen him for a couple of years, but I can still remember how I think David even managed to win third place in Zloty Tour overalls some year, which is it's just amazing. I'm going with David actually, Samusha. I think Samusha can do a job. Samusha is especially great against top rollers, and Bojdar is not a top roller, so yeah, it's just very hard to judge actually, because Samusha is so great at cupping his wrist and dragging people a little bit and then finishing inside. But then maybe Bojdar is be able to just catch Samusha and outlast him. Especially since Bojdar was very active lately, he has a lot of endurance. Okay, another change of mind is I'm going with Bojdar. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed my evaluation, and I'll keep training my top roll and see you soon. It should be fun to participate in Armwars. I cannot wait. Bam.